What is nonviolent communication?
At times, I've really liked the slightly evocative nature of the name. It's provoking something to be. I'm not a violent person,
Mhm.
but have you ever turned your voice inward toward yourself in a really critical way? Have you
Mm.
ever shamed or blamed or doubted or criticized yourself? That's a way of being unkind, not compassionate, and possibly even in the spectrum of violence toward yourself. So
Mm.
words are really powerful, and how we use them causes harm or causes healing, causes connection or disconnection. There's some core principles of nonviolent communication or compassionate communication, and one of them that is that everything that we do is an attempt to meet a need. So
Mm.
everything we do is trying to meet a need. So raising our voice in a conversation, we're trying to meet a need to be heard. And that's an ineffective strategy in that moment. We're not often creating more connection when we're raising our voices, but we're trying. We're trying something
Right.
because we're so longing to be heard or understood or feel safe.
It's time for a quick little update. A few months ago, 2.5% of you who are watching this content were subscribed to this channel. I'm so grateful to you. You helped us move it to 20%. However, if we do the math, that still leaves us 80% of you have not subscribed. Please help me change that. Go ahead and press that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the content.
The movement of nonviolent communication was created by Marshall Rosenberg, PhD psychology professor in the States. And he was born in the 40s and grew up and wondered why people treated each other the way that they do,
Mm.
and wondered why, because he experienced all sorts of racial violence in his upbringing where he grew
Mhm.
up, and why and what helps people hold each other with compassion. And so he entered his adulthood as a psychologist with holding these questions, and then
Mm.
formulated this practice of nonviolent communication. So there
Mm.
are close to 800 trainers around the world offering this particular model of how to relate and how to communicate all over the
Mhm.
world. So
Mm.
it's become a really powerful practice for compassion, relational in between humans, in between people, but also in social change. People have brought it into prisons and
Aha.
government systems, and it's been brought to so many remarkable places in the world to create real lasting change in how
Mm.
people relate to each other and create more peace.
So it's not just for relationships, it's just for
Mhm.
relating, communicating as a human to
Yeah.
another human. I really appreciate how you described it because sometimes, you know, words can be hurtful, even
Mhm.
if they're not
Mhm.
abusive words, but sometimes they're
Yeah.
jabby or like there's
Yes.
a lot of things we say we may not be aware that actually hurt,
Yeah, we can
right?
use humor in a way that
Yeah,
causes pain and conflict and misunderstandings. Sarcasm can be funny
mm,
and it can be hurtful.
you're right.
And so what's our consciousness behind the words we're using? What's the sense of connection with the person we're speaking to? How are they
Mm.
feeling? How are they receiving this?
Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this content, check out what's coming up next right over here. Thank you.